Hey guys, welcome back to another Merlion Time Watch Reviews. Well, as expected, Pagani Design has released a watch with the brand new Seiko GMT movement in it, and this is the PD1662 Batman. I've wanted to get the Batman for a while, and I'm glad I waited because now it's got the Seiko GMT movement in it. So let's talk about this one right now.
Giddy up.
So thanks for tuning back in, guys. I appreciate all of the support. This watch I purchased as a result of commissions from affiliate links that you guys use to purchase watches to support the channel. And so this one didn't cost me anything. All thanks to you. I'm really thankful for that. And so thank you so much. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and make sure you give me a thumbs up. But more importantly, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below about what you think of this Batman. Now, I did a full review of the 1662 already. I believe it was the root beer colored one that my buddy Timmy bought. So I'm not going to do a full review of this one, but there are some things I want to address with this particular watch that is typical for Pagani Design. I love my Pagani designs. This one had some issues, as they all do, and you need to be aware of what those might be. But it's really awesome to have the Seiko GMT movement in it. So let's just do a quick up close and personal of this watch, and then we'll talk about it. Okay guys, and so that was the PD1662 up close and personal, just a shorter version for this video, but I do want to talk about some things that you can expect, minor things with Pagani Design, little QC issues that you can expect to get with these watches, and this watch was no exception. But let's deal with the dimensions. This one comes in at 41 millimeters, and I measured that just above this crown guard to the 16 there. It is 12.5 thick. The lug-to-lug length is 47.5, and the lug width is 20 millimeters. You are getting a sapphire crystal covering the dial. You are getting a ceramic bezel on this one, the Batman variant. Other variants have aluminum, but this one has a ceramic bezel, and it is 120 click. This is the first disappointment of this watch. Everything lines up, but I'll let you listen to the watch as I rotate the bezel. It's kind of tinny, and it really is easy to turn. The clicks are very light, and on the other watch that I got, I have the Pepsi version of this one as well with the Chinese movement in it. And the bezel on it is a lot better than this one, but the bezels typically are problematic on some Pagani designs. They're hit and miss. But you do have a 120 click unidirectional bezel on this. Obviously, this is a four-hand GMT movement. The GMT movement that this is rocking is the Seiko Instruments NH34A. You have a display case back. As you can see there, solid end links. It does have a solid link bracelet, the Jubilee style, with a milled clasp, Pagani Design logo branding on that clasp. And so you are getting a really decent watch. Now, the price that I paid for this watch was zero, basically because of your support with the affiliate links. But I do want to discuss pricing right now. You can see right now on the website from the Aliexpress store, I will leave a link in the description for where you can purchase this one. It's listed right now on sale for $233. Now, when I bought this watch, I'll just show you it in my cart here from my order history. I actually got this one for $158.13, and it was listed at $190. So after using the coupon codes and whatnot from the sale that they recently had, I got this for $158, which I think is an absolute steal. But they have upped the price to over $200. I would not pay the price that they're asking for now. So wait for another sale, perhaps later on this month during the Christmas holiday. They will have a decent sale on this one. So what are some of the issues that I had? You can see it's just a beautiful watch. Let me just run you through it real quick. You got a nice mirror polish finish on the side of the case, brushed on the top, the Jubilee style bracelet. You have brushed surfaces on the side links, polished in the center links. Screwed down crown, which is branded. And so I think you get, for the price that I paid, with that new Seiko movement, I think I got quite a bit of a deal there. The Cyclops on this one is actually really decent. It's not really all that off-center, as a lot of them are. But there are issues with these Pagani Design watches. And so let's talk about some of the issues that I had. Issue number one was the bezel. The bezel works, but it is quite loose. I mean, you can really turn it quite easily with one hand, one finger. It's not as tight as I would like it, and the clicks are not as distinct. They're not as clicky, really a bit light and a bit tinny. The crown. Every now and then you'll have issues with the Pagani crowns being quite gritty. This was no exception, and so I had to add some silicone oil in behind there onto the threads to get this crown a little bit more smooth. It just kind of was a little bit rough and gritty out of the box. The bracelet on this is absolutely it's awesome. I do really love this Jubilee style bracelet. It does actually also have screw pins. You do need a fairly small screwdriver to take these out. Now, with the Jubilee bracelets that I have had in the past, some of those screw pins are a little bit tricky to unscrew. Some of them, in fact, in my previous experience, have been locked in and you really couldn't unscrew them. I didn't have that issue with this watch, thankfully, but that is something to watch for. But what I did have an issue with was the clasp. Now, these particular style of clasps, you know, they're doing their best to make it like a Rolex style clasp, do have a dive extension in it. Mine is currently broken, and I'll explain why. Every now and then you're going to get a watch with this style of clasp on it where the dive extension won't even open. That will render the micro adjust, which is terrible in these watches, useless. The micro adjust are right there. There are 3 levels. I have this on the 3rd. Normally I would have it on the 2nd position with the diver extension closed, but, and here's the thing, they are very, very difficult to adjust. You have to get your tool into that tiny slot right there, and I actually ended up breaking the pin, the tip of the pin that was in the watch, and I had to put in a new one. Unfortunately, the new one is smaller than the one that it came with, and therefore the diver extension will not close. So instead of having it in the 2nd position, I put it in the 3rd position, and it fits me just fine. But guys, those are some of the things that you are going to deal with this particular style of bracelet and you know, Pagani Design. But overall, I'm happy with this one, very happy with it. The one exciting thing about this is the GMT movement, in it being the Seiko movement. which is slightly different than the Chinese movement from before. So when you pull out the crown to the first position, when you go to adjust the GMT hand, it will actually jump to the next hour for you, which is really nice. The other one was just a smooth sweep, and you had to stop it where you want it to. And in fact, with the Chinese movement, you had to slightly turn the crown back before you pushed the crown back in, or the GMT hand would jump. And so at any rate, we're sitting at just after 10 a.m. and there it is at the 10 a.m. mark, and then you can push it in. You adjust the date window, which you can see there with the Cyclops. I think that's 2.5 times magnification, and it is actually pretty well placed on this one. And on the Seiko GMT movement, you would turn it counterclockwise, whereas on the Chinese movements that these typically come in, it's the opposite. It's clockwise to change the date, counterclockwise to move the GMT hand. And so that's it, guys. Let me show it to you on wrist. Oh, another disappointing thing. And I'm just being honest, and these are issues that you have with every Pagani design, and you sacrifice some of the quality control issues for the price that you get. Now again, the price that I paid for this watch was great. Wait until it comes under $200 before you buy your own. But let's talk about the lume. It looks really promising at the start of this. I thought, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. For some reason, it changes from green to blue. That I don't understand. Might have just been the way I filmed it. But as you can see, once we get to the 10-minute mark, the minute hand is already basically disappearing at about the 10-minute mark, which means it doesn't reach the good spec of lume at the 15-minute mark. And everything else disappears well before that 15-minute mark. And so they still haven't figured out how to get good lume on their watches, which is disappointing. And this is what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist, and I absolutely love this watch. I think it is gorgeous. I think I got it for the right price. Wait until this one drops below $200 before you get your hands on it. I got it for $158. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get it for that price. At least I hope they're going to come down to that price point after a sale again soon. And yeah, for that price, you're getting a really, really excellent watch here, notwithstanding some of those issues. But let's talk about them now as we close. All right, guys, so that is the new Pagani Design PD1662 with the Seiko GMT movement in it. I'm sure San Martin is going to come up with one. They're going to be quite a bit more money. If this one got bumped up to $233, I would imagine a San Martin that uses the Seiko NH34 movement is going to be upwards of $400. I'm not going to be buying myself another San Martin watch. I'm happy with the one I have. I am giving one away when I reach 2,000 subscribers. It's a beautiful San Martin watch. We are almost to 1,900 subscribers now, about to 20 or 30 away. So thank you so much for the support. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and help me reach that 2,000 subscriber milestone. And I'm going to be giving away a beautiful San Martin watch. Let's talk about Pagani Design for a moment. I think I got this one for a great deal at $158, but it did come with the typical issues that some of these Pagani designs do come with. Gritty crowns, silicone oil. The bezel wasn't nearly as tight as I wanted it to be. Even though I have another model that is the same model as this one in a different color, the bezel on it was great. The bezel on this is a little bit loose and tinny. I wasn't too happy with it. Finishing on the watch is great, but this clasp, Pagani Design really needs to do something about this style of clasp. The micro adjust is a nightmare. It is very difficult to use the micro adjust in this one. And from time to time, the dive extension won't even open on these style of clasps on a Pagani Design. Although very rare, I have experienced it though. The last watch that I got, that my buddy Timmy bought, the micro adjust wouldn't even work because the dive extension wouldn't open on that one. So you do get some issues, most of which, in my opinion, are forgivable for the price point. But now that this one is up over $230, no way. And the loom, Pagani Design, you gotta fix your loom. You gotta make it consistent, and you gotta get it to a point where it's good. But you're not gonna buy one of these watches for the loom, that's for sure. Anyways, you know, I love Pagani Design watches, guys. They have been, over the last couple of years, very, very good for me to buy. But I'm probably at a point now where I'm not going to be buying anymore. I already have 12 of them. But the only time I may buy another Pagani Design watch is if I have the money generated from doing the YouTube channel and generated from you using my affiliate links. Then I'll highlight some more on my channel in that regard. But otherwise, I probably won't be buying another one. That is the shocker of the year right there. But anyways, guys, that is my new Pagani Design with the Seiko GMT movement in it. Let me know what you guys think of the watch. And as always, remember, whenever you leave your house, you must have a great looking piece to wear on your wrist, like this PD 1662 Batman by Pagani Design. And remember, wherever you're going, to get there on time. Thanks for checking out another video. God bless you guys. We'll see you in the next one.